Stephen and Manag del Sol wishing you guys good night and God bless the Republic of the Philippines. News is next. Mula sa TG1 Cool Studios, nariyong napakinggan ang The Medyo Late Night Show with Uncle Pepito. Isang orihinal na produksyon ng TG1 Entertainment at ng Able Media Studios.
Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is koolNews Primetime, where we recap the latest news headlines before wrapping your day. From the station that cares for you, I am Cairo, and now let's get into the top stories. Malacanan has defended the billions of pesos in confidential and intelligence funds of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. despite calls from budget watchdogs to abolish these discretionary funds, especially for civilian agencies and offices, as these are prone to corruption. Under the proposed 6.793 trillion pesos of National Expenditure Program for 2026 that was submitted on Wednesday to both houses of Congress, the Office of the President will be receiving the lion's share of the CIF. Budget Secretary Amana Bangadaman said the OP will get 4.5 billion pesos in its CIF next year, which is almost half of the total 10.77 billion pesos proposed budget for these secret funds. The President is the Commander-in-Chief and the Chief Architect of National Security and Foreign Policy. The President needs these confidential and intelligence funds to do its mandate. Palace Press Officer Carla Castro said in a briefing on Thursday when asked why the OP needs a huge amount of CIF for the fourth consecutive year. We must remember, confidential funds are not bad if they are spent properly. Confidential funds only become bad when they are used by corrupt officials, she added. OP's CIF was 4 times larger than that of the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency, or NICA, which the executive proposed to receive only 1.141 billion pesos in CIF next year. NICA is the primary intelligence gathering and analysis arm of the government of the Philippines in charge of carrying out overt, covert, and clandestine intelligence activities. OP's proposal is also higher than the CIF given to the Department of National Defense, which was allotted 1.8 billion pesos. Other executive offices such as the Anti-Money Laundering Council, the National Security Council, and the Philippine National Police, which will be sharing 2.292 billion pesos among themselves. The Commission on Audit will receive 10 million pesos, while the Office of the Ombudsman has a proposed 51 million pesos of confidential funds. According to the 2030 Joint Circular of the Department of Budget and Management and Commission on Audit, confidential expenses are those pertaining to surveillance activities in civilian government agencies. Meanwhile, intelligence expenses are those related to intel information gathering activities of uniformed and military personnel that have direct impact on national security. Civil watchdogs have long criticized the opaque nature of confidential funds, which are lump sum allocations typically exempt from standard auditing procedures supposedly to safeguard national security and law enforcement. Former Finance Undersecretary Clara Macno called for the abolishment of the CIF of the OP. The President does not need such a large amount for confidential and intelligence funds because the intelligence agencies are already under his authority, she said. Instead of placing under the office of the President, increase the intelligence budget of the intelligence agencies and civilian agencies that have intelligence work, added Macno, an economics professor at the University of the Philippines. It was during the term of the former President Rodrigo Duterte that confidential funds of the OP ballooned to 2.5 billion pesos from 2017 to 2019 and swollen further to 4.5 billion pesos in the succeeding year, including Marcos' first 4 years. Marcos has no moral ascendancy over Senator Duterte if he continues to request confidential funds despite the fact that these are really being embezzled, Marcos said. She added that the Congress, which is teaming with allies of the president, also has no moral ascendancy over Senator Duterte if it continues to grant confidential funds to the president. Castro, however, retorted by saying that President Marcos was not using the same questionable tricks of Vice President Sara Duterte. Let us remember that if the reporting is done correctly and the CIF argues properly, this will not be questionable, the palace official said. The comparison only arises when the reporting is not done properly and certificates or various receipts are used just to claim that the confidential funds were spent. That is the difference, she added. This is koolNews Primetime. Senator Camille Villar has renewed her call for a comprehensive review of the country's online gambling regulations, warning of its harmful effects and adverse social impact on minors and vulnerable sectors. Speaking during a Senate Committee on Games and Amusement hearing on Thursday, Villar urged the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, or PAGCOR, the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, and other relevant agencies to strengthen coordination and close enforcement gaps in the current regulatory framework. Villar said there is an urgent need to review and strengthen the current regulatory framework governing online gambling to better protect youth, minors, and low-income individuals from online gambling harms. The senator, who had earlier filed resolutions at the start of the during Congress seeking a review of online gaming operations, cited the serious public health risk posed by the proliferation of gambling on digital platforms. These include addiction, financial distress, mental health issues, and other consequences affecting families and communities. Villar lamented that despite existing laws, online gambling content remains widespread on social media, video sharing apps, and influencer pages, often glamorizing betting as an easy, fast, and lucrative pursuit. Such portrayals, she warned, entice unsuspecting individuals, particularly the youth. She also raised alarm over recent suicide cases linked to online gambling, which were discussed during the Senate hearing. Villar said the incidents underscored the need for a more thorough review of existing laws and stricter implementation by concerned government bodies. The push for tighter regulation comes amid ongoing debates in Congress over whether to impose a total ban on online gambling in the country. And the government has voided at least 129 million pesos in winnings from individuals barred from gambling online in the first 7 months of the year, the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation told a Senate hearing on Thursday. With the proliferation of online gaming in the country, PAGCOR Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Alejandro Tango said the agency has strictly enforced its Know Your Customer or customer policy to ensure that unauthorized personalities are barred from gaming. Tango said during a Senate hearing on Thursday, "We now have a secondary process in place, and PAGCOR does not allow jackpot winnings to be paid out if we find out that you are a banned personality." As of July 2025, PAGCOR has profited 129 million pesos worth of winnings from individuals who should not have been allowed to play, he said, responding to queries of Senator Pia Catillano. Among those prohibited from gambling are government workers, students, and individuals below 21 years old. But how does PAGCOR prevent the payouts of winnings through e-wallets? Tango just pointed out to the amount they have so far voided. It is being blocked. As I mentioned, as of July 31, we have voided around 129 million pesos to 130 million pesos worth of transactions from individuals who were not supposed to be playing, the PAGCOR chief pointed out. Senator Sharon Cachillian, however, presented a video recording showing how one could easily register on two online gaming websites, Piso Game and Big Win 29, without undergoing KYC. As you can see, the user was able to access the site immediately. They registered and could start playing right away. Mr. Chairman, no KYC, no ID verification, no biometrics, Cachillian said. You can start playing right away. So where is the KYC that we keep talking about? Are we just pretending? Where exactly is the KYC? He further asked. In the case of the Piso Game website, PAGCOR Assistant Vice President Jeremy Loluc said it was illegal as it was not one of the listed websites allowed to operate online gambling. Big Win 29, on the other hand, was listed and PAGCOR will investigate it, Lolo said. There's no need to investigate. You should just shut it down immediately, Cachillian said. Later on koolNews Primetime, Bank commerce next 1.86 billion pesos in first semester. And in showbiz, Lisa Sobrano confirms breakup with Enrique Gil almost 3 years ago. It is now 11:11 p.m. as koolNews Primetime will return after the break. We will be right back.
Malayang mapapakinggan, malayang mapapanood, ngayong August 15 na.
Tumigas ba ang junjun mo? PA Condoms, di agad makakalabas sa puting ahas pag naka-PA Condoms ka. Tara, lagyan mo niyan si Junjun ng kapote pa di lalaki ang tiyan ng partner mo. Mabibili ninyo ang kapote pa kay Junjun sa Jor A Supermarket at sa mga suki ninyong tindahan at mall malapit sa inyong lugar. Nako, 20 pesos lang yan. Pili na!
Dream Car Karaoke po, tuwing pagising mo sa umaga, kailangan mo ng kapeng gigisingin ka sa tapang at sarap.
Tikman ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee.
Tama-tama lang ang tapang at sarap.
Tikman na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Masarap na coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Also available, Kapinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Creme. Bili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan.
Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation.
Beat the heat with Init Deals ni Asparagus. Init Deals ni Asparagus. Feeling the summer burn? It's time to chill. Literally. Buy one, take one on selected split type aircon. Get a cool 50% off on high efficiency inverter aircons. Whether you're cooling one room or the whole house, Aspire has you covered. Beat the heat. Save big. Visit your nearest branch or shop online now at aspireaircons.ph. Aspire, the air conditioning expert. Tried, tested, trusted by an Asparagus.
Asphere's Aircon. Tried, tested, trusted by an Asparagus. Heads up, karaoke fans! We just dropped Volume 174. Packed with monthly hottest new songs you've been waiting for. Whether you're a karaoke pro or just love to sing your heart out at home, we've got you covered. Available now on DVD, SD card, and fast, easy online updates for Utopia and Utopia Plus. No lags, no limits, just pure karaoke fun. Anytime, anywhere. Bring your karaoke nights to life. Only with Shanitron Synth Plus. Reimagine karaoke with XTSP.
Song lists are now available at shanetronsinplus.blogspot.com.
Mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon. Kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solastomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno ng flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times na tumatagal. Versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
Mula sa Pioneer Adhesive, Elastosil. Tagal-tibay, tag-init o tag-ulan. Elastosil mo yan.
Long day at work.
Plus something cool and creamy.
It's a match! Stuck in traffic.
Plus something earthy and refreshing. It's a match!
Refresh with Dunkin' Matcha Latte. Made with finely ground green tea powder and milk to match your mood and cravings. You plus Dunkin' Matcha Latte.
It's a match!
Cause anytime, it's Dunkin' time.
Coke at Pito, mapapakook ka sa sarap. Ang sarap ng Coke at Pito. Mapapakook ka sa sarap.
Ano man ang ulam mo,
Mapapakook ka sa sarap. Rise to the summit, drink up. Rise to the summit, fuel up. Rise to the summit, rise up.
The right hydration matters.
To perform.
to win.
To rise above challenges.
Top athletes like EJ Obiena, Bella Belen, and Dwight Ramos choose Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Fuel your peak.
With the right hydration.
With the right minerals.
Drink up, fuel up, rise up, rise to the summit.
Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Summit Natural Drinking Water. Rise to the summit!
May power ang may alam, ligtas ang laging ready.
Hala, walang tigil ang ulan. Naku, di matutuyo ang PE uniform ko. Buti may dryer. Basa pa eh. Isa pa nga.
Ops, tama na yan. Kahit pa ulit-ulit mong i-dryer yan, hindi bibilis ang pagpapatuyo. At sabi ng Meralco, 5 piso ang dagdag singil niyan kada buwan.
Lo, ganun po ba, Nay?
Ganun. Kaya dapat, wais tayo para makatipid. Sabi nino?
Sabi ng Meralco.
May power ang may alam, ligtas ang laging ready.
Brought to you by Meralco.
ASC reference number U0194N0722225M.
Oh shucks, ako'y nagulat. May request si love, help your girl out. Worry no more, tutulungan ka naman. Singing a mix.
Sinigang ulit next week, ha? Nor Sinigang Mix. Asim kilig sinigang, basta Nor, kaya mong iluto yan.
Welcome back to Cool News Primetime. It is now 11:18 p.m. as we continue to bring you the latest news headlines before wrapping up your day. Bank on Commerce or Bancom, the banking arm of San Miguel Corporation, booked a 31% growth in first semester net profit to 1.86 billion pesos, driven by higher interest earnings and treasury gains. Bulk of the income was earned in the second quarter. Bancom jacked up its profit for the quarter by 53% to 993.91 billion pesos. This performance translated to a return on equity and return on asset of 11% and 1.39% respectively. The robust performance was underpinned by sustained growth across core revenue streams, driven by net interest incomes, gains from trading securities, and foreign exchange transactions. The bank disclosed the Philippine Stock Exchange on Thursday. Six-month net interest income rose by 14% to 15.15 billion pesos as the loan book expanded by 5% to 143.58 billion pesos. Net interest margin stood at 4.27%. Non-interest income surged by 31% to 912.52 million pesos. This was driven by a significant surge in trading and foreign exchange gains. It also gained from the sale of real and other properties acquired, such as from foreclosure proceedings. The bank spent 59 centavos to earn every peso during the semester. As we are running out of time before Vibe Nights take place, let's head over to showbiz now. Lisa Sobrano confirmed that she and Enrique Gil have ended the relationship for almost 3 years now, ending the long-standing speculations about the breakup. Sobrano announced their split on the Can I Come In podcast on Thursday, August 14, when she and filmmaker Sarah Baba were discussing the Filipino-American actress' relationship with Gil. She said, I have been itching to tell people this because I haven't been very truthful. Queen hasn't been very truthful. Queen and I broke up. But yeah, we have been broken up for almost 3 years now. And the reason, well, originally the reason why we haven't said anything about it is because Enrique or Gwen or Queen asked Queen not to say anything about it first. She continued. The actress admitted that she and Gil didn't want to announce their split at first because they came from a place of not wanting it to be real, saying it might have had something to do with the people pleaser side of herself. I don't want to speak for him, but I think it was coming from a place of not wanting it to be real. And at the same time, I agreed to that because I also didn't want it to be real. And this is coming from the people pleaser side of me because I was so afraid that if people found out we weren't together anymore, my career would go bad, or people just wouldn't love me anymore, she said. It was me, again, pretending or putting the things I need to do for myself up to make them happy or make them feel safe. But yeah, he and Queen broke up almost 3 years ago, she added. Soprano admitted that she genuinely expected that she and Gil would get married at some point, but eventually didn't happen because they weren't a match anymore. We will be checking if the Vibe Nights are live. We will be monitoring. But in the meantime, it is now 11:21 p.m. and that is where we will be ending here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, as we will continue to bring you the latest news headlines with koolNews at 6 p.m. tomorrow. You can also send us your comments, suggestions, and feedback to our email at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. This has been koolNews Primetime. I am Caro, and we will now be heading over to the simulcast of Vibe Nights from TVH. Have a great night and see you tomorrow. Good night.